The love story of Hyun and son Ye Jin has always felt larger than life. A romance that blurred the lines between fiction and reality. Long before their wedding was dubbed the marriage of the century. Fans all over the world followed every glance, every rumor, every stolen moment between two of Korea's most iconic stars. Their chemistry in Crash Landing on You had convinced audiences that they were soulmates on screen. What no one expected was that behind the cameras, their real lives were weaving a tale even more beautiful than the drama itself. For years, fans speculated about what sealed their destiny. Was it a grand proposal? A dramatic gesture worthy of a K-drama script? Or perhaps a long, poetic letter? The truth, Son Ye Jin would later reveal, was far simpler yet infinitely more powerful. It was one single sentence, words spoken quietly in the privacy of Hyunbin's penthouse at Walker Hill, overlooking the glittering Han River, that moved her to say yes instantly. A night in Seoul that changed everything. It was a crisp winter evening when the moment unfolded. Hyunbin had chosen to stage his proposal not in a luxurious hotel ballroom or on an extravagant overseas trip, but in the intimate confines of his home, the penthouse at Walker Hill. Perched above the city with a sweeping view of Seoul's skyline, the residence, already a sanctuary for their love, became the stage for a scene neither of them would ever forget. Inside, soft candlelight flickered against the glass windows. White lilies, Son Ye Jin's favorite. The air with a fragrance that blended with a faint scent of winter carried in through the balcony doors. From the window, the Han River shimmered like liquid silver, each ripple reflecting the lights of the city. The atmosphere was charged with anticipation, but also with an intimacy that was unmistakable. Son Ye Jin recalled stepping into the room and feeling her breath catch. Though she had starred in countless romantic dramas, nothing in her career could have prepared her for this. Felt like I was walking into a dream, she would later confess. Her eyes instantly locked onto Hyunbin, who stood by the window. He looked both composed and nervous, his usually steady hands trembling ever so slightly. In that moment, he wasn't a superstar adored by millions. Simply the man she loved, preparing to bare his heart. Long road to this moment. Their journey to that penthouse had been anything but straightforward. First crossed paths in 2011 during a promotional event. Both already established in the industry but not yet tied by fate. Years later, their names were linked again in rumors. The truth was still hidden beneath layers of professionalism and denial. Everything changed with Crash Landing on You in 2019. The drama catapulted them into global fame as a couple. Their on-screen romance sparking endless speculation. Fans didn't see was the bond that deepened away from the cameras. Between takes, they shared meals and laughter. Bin's eyes lingered on her a little longer than necessary. Son Ye Jin leaned on his calm strength during exhausting shoots. What began as professional respect grew into quiet affection, then trust, and eventually love. After the drama, their relationship continued in secrecy. They were spotted in Los Angeles shopping together, dining at small restaurants, or visiting family in low-key neighborhoods. Despite being two of Korea's most recognizable faces. Not normalcy, grocery trips, casual strolls, shared silence at home. These quiet, ordinary moments became the foundation of something extraordinary. The sentence that changed her life. On that winter night at Walker Hill, everything converged. Hyunbin had spent weeks agonizing over what to say. Friends later revealed how he scribbled draft after draft to discard them. He wasn't a man of elaborate speeches. He knew Son Ye Jin didn't need fireworks or scripted poetry. She needed sincerity. As she entered the penthouse, he reached for her hand. His palm was warm but slightly clammy, fraying his nerves. For a long moment, he looked into her eyes. In that gaze, Son Ye Jin saw not the celebrity the world admired, but the man who carried her grocery bags without complaint. Silly jokes when she was stressed. Who listened more than he spoke. And then, with a trembling voice, he said it. I don't just want to live with you. I want to live for you, every single day. Son Ye Jin froze. The words were simple, but they pierced her heart with a force she hadn't anticipated. In that instant, every fear dissolved, the pressure of fame, scrutiny of the public, even her own uncertainties about marriage. Tears welled in her eyes before she could respond. Silence hung between them, broken only by the distant hum of the city below. And then she whispered, without hesitation, yes. Later, she would say, I never imagined a single sentence could undo me so completely. But in that moment, I felt peace. I knew there was no one else I wanted to walk with for the rest of my life. The world reacts. For a long time, the exact words remained their secret. Fans speculated endlessly. Some imagined it was a dramatic line from a film. Believed it was a poetic confession. When Sun Ye Jin finally revealed it, the world was stunned by its simplicity and its power. Social media exploded with reactions. "That's the most beautiful love sentence I've ever heard," one fan tweeted. Another wrote, "It's not about how fancy the words are, about the truth behind them. That's why it worked." Colleagues in the entertainment industry also chimed in. Fellow actors praised Hyun Bin's sincerity, calling it the kind of love you can't fake. Directors who had worked with him said they weren't surprised that the man known for his quiet intensity on set would choose truth over spectacle in his personal life. The wedding of the century. March 31st, 2022, their love story culminated in what the media quickly dubbed the wedding of the century. The ceremony was held at the Aston House of the Grand Walker Hill Hotel in Seoul, an elegant venue surrounded by nature. Sweeping views of the Han River, a poetic continuation of the proposal that had taken place just a short distance away. The guest list was a who's who of Korean entertainment, actors, directors, and producers who had worked with the couple over decades. The decor was breathtaking yet understated, pastel flowers cascading down the aisles, soft golden lighting, a stage that seemed to glow as the couple exchanged vows. Sun Ye Jin walked down the aisle in a gown that shimmered with delicate lace, her veil trailing gracefully behind her. Hyun Bin, dashing in a classic black tuxedo, lacked tears as he watched her approach. Guests later recalled how he whispered something under his breath as she drew near, words only she could hear, but which made her eyes glisten with emotion. The ceremony was both intimate and grand, a paradox that perfectly reflected their love. Friends described the way they looked at each other as though no one else existed in the room. When they exchanged rings, the crowd erupted in applause, and many guests admitted to shedding tears themselves. After marriage, for Hyun Bin and Sun Ye Jin, marriage didn't change who they were at the core. They continued to treasure the ordinary. Sun Ye Jin has shared glimpses of their life together, evenings cooking side by side, walks in quiet neighborhoods, moments spent reading while their son played nearby. Fame and fortune surrounded them. They clung to the simplicity that had always defined their relationship. And throughout their marriage, one sentence remained a guiding light. Whenever Sun Ye Jin faced a challenging day, he reminded her of those words, "I want to live for you." It became more than a proposal line, it became a promise renewed daily. Sun Ye Jin reflected in an interview. The sentence wasn't grand, but it was real. And every day since, he's proven it. It's what love is, not in the big gestures, but in the small ways you live for each other. A message to the world. Their story is more than a celebrity romance. It is a reminder that love doesn't need extravagance to be profound. Sometimes, the right words at the right moment are enough to transform a life. Sun Ye Jin, once guarded about her private world, now shares her message openly with fans. Happiness isn't found in fireworks or perfection. It's found in someone who can say the right thing when you need it most, and mean it. The tale of Hyun Bin and Sun Ye Jin, from secret dates to a penthouse proposal, from whispered words to a wedding at Aston House, newlywed bliss to the joys of parenthood, will forever be etched as one of the great modern love stories. And at the center of it all is a single sentence. That sometimes the simplest words can carry the deepest weight.